Now, ensuring Singaporeans remain at the core of the workforce, that's the objective of a revised set of guidelines by the Tripartite Alliance for Fair Employment Practices. Speaking at a tripartisan forum, Minister of State for Manpower Chuan-Jin stressed that discriminatory practices have no place in Singapore. As Ramesh with more.
At the National Day rally, the Prime Minister spoke of what it meant to put the interests of Singaporeans first in areas ranging from housing to healthcare. And the Tripartite Alliance's latest guidelines aim to achieve just that. The revised set of guidelines by the Tripartite Alliance on Fair Employment Practices comes about after nearly 10 weeks of consultations amongst the unions, employers and also government officials. They also received nearly 450 suggestions online by various interested parties.
Singapore is like a dragon boat. The employers are rowing on one side, the unions are rowing on the other side. We need to pull together, row at the same speed, so that we can point the boat to the finishing line and get there as fast as we can.
There's now a new section titled Hiring and Developing a Singaporean Core to existing guidelines. It urges employers to make reasonable efforts to consider Singaporeans for positions on merit and to develop their careers.
I know many German employers. They want to employ Singaporeans. They do employ Singaporeans. And if they can't find Singaporeans, then they resort to employing foreigners.
We have not pushed for Singaporeans only guideline. We have not. In fact, if you study the input from the labour movement carefully, we make it very clear that what we are pushing for is to establish the nurture a core of Singaporean workers in every major sector of the economy.
One way this could be achieved is for companies to examine their wage structures.
We do encourage companies to consider whether in certain sectors should we restructure the wages. Right? The businesses are doing well, but when you look at the wages, especially at the low-wage worker level, it isn't quite moving at that rate. And if you continue to offer wages at particular levels, perhaps you will not be able to draw Singaporeans.
The Tripartite Alliance says since 2006, there have been some 350 complaints about unfair employment practices, and all the employers corrected their practices when approached.